Hey, what's up guys, Kriscoolmod. Today there is a showcase of the 4 terabyte portable SSD also. A little bit more expensive but lightweight SSD, SanDisk, brand new, works amazing. That's the original box if you want the external SSD. Works really great, the 4 terabyte on a USB. You can plug on your PC, mini laptop, handheld, any mini PC, handheld, big PC that use Windows 10, 11, and that use a Xbox controller. Xbox controller. It will work plug and play. I will include a 2 minutes gaming driver. You need to install, it takes 2 minutes. It's the gaming driver for your window. Also a very fast installation, and you're ready to play. You just set your drive as, let me show you, as DNF, and you're ready to play. I will show you the wheel, the system, the games. So if I open my window manager, I have my D, this manager, and F for the save, because RetroBeast has a free monthly update. I update the emulator, I update everything, I improve it. I do not add games because the drive is full. Also, you can save your progress. Any save game will be saved on the F partition. So when you do your sync recovery, you will not lose your progress. After the installation, you will have two, I'm going to make them bigger. You have 2 controllers. Yeah, they're big now. You can move them on the desktop. Just drag the mouse wheel and you can make them smaller. You can place them anywhere on the desktop. It will show the, see my Xboxes. I'm going to open it. One of those Xbox, the battery will show, see? If I put, see, all the input works. It's a testing, it's cool to have. And you have the mini launcher. So let's put this on top. And a mini launcher. Now I boot it with my mouse, but I'm going to show you. You can launch it from the start button on the Xbox when you are on the desktop, and you boot RetroBeast. So everything works from the Xbox controller. If you have a handheld, same thing, all the buttons should be set as a gamepad on your device. If you have a Asus Li or TGD or whatever, Ayaneo, it works. All new handheld and old handheld will work as long as you have Windows 10 and set your device as your controller as a gamepad X input. So when you boot it, there is arcade system, arcade classic, all the MAMEs. You have all the MAME, 3600 MAME game. They all have bezel. You can play full screen bezel. There is a setting if you want to remove the bezel. There is a ton of settings if you want to change the CRT effect. So let's boot any game. Just for fun. Area 51, let's say. So it should be full screen. Oh no, now it's set to bezel, right? And when you want to quit, you press back and to add coin, you press back. To start, you press start. And to quit, you press both buttons and you come back to the wheel. By the way, every game boots very fast and quit very fast on any system. So 36,000 MAME game. Very, very complete. Most of the systems are complete, right? All the retro systems are complete. But there is some like PS3 or stuff like that, more modern console are not complete. It's impossible to fit all the game in a 4 terabyte. So if you go at Kriscoolmod.com on the 4 terabyte page, there is a link for the system. If you see a game list, it's because it's not complete. If you don't see a game list, it's because it's complete, right? So in the arcade MAME, you have a ton of collection. A ton of collection, beat them up. A ton of collection, Capcom. So if you're searching something, you will find a ton of sub-collection for the MAME games. There is a ton. Also, you will find Naomi. It's complete. Oh, by the way, I need to show you. Second screen works. See, my second screen works. If you plug another screen, so the logo and a nice background will appear. That's really nice. I plug it on my very large TV, but it works. Very cool. So Naomi, let's boot a game. Usually on the 4 terabyte and the 1 terabyte, usually those games will work as full screen, usually. Because if you play on a small device with a small screen, you will see bigger. But I set them with bezel also. Okay, a ton of system run from RetroArch. You press the 2 joystick on your device controller, and you can access, you can remove the overlay, you can save your game, load your latest save game, and so on, shader. So if you used to, you know how RetroArch works, there is a ton of setting. You can access from the controller, all right? You can resume. So if you want, you just disable overlay and the bezel will disappear and the game will be full screen. But I like full screen. Sometimes it just depends on your taste. So Naomi, complete. Sega Model 3, it's complete. Every system I'm going to show you on this video run HD. All the system has been upscaled because now on most all the emulator you can upscale the graphic of those games. So it looks amazing now. Let's boot Daytona. That's Sega Model 3. And everything is on a 4 terabyte external drive or SSD. It's available at Kriscoolmod.com. By the way, it's free shipping. US, Canada. It's free of tax. You have the free update, monthly update, and free support. Yeah, you will see the graphic. It's amazing. Yeah, and when the emulator upscale the game, usually sometime in the menu or in the cutscene, it will not be upscaled. It's not possible to upscale a cutscene video, or sometimes the menu doesn't like to be stretched. But in-game, usually, it will be HD, full screen. Whoa, it's like the gas, Chris. All right, so to quit, take 2 seconds. You press those 2 buttons. And that's it. You come back to the... If you have any problem quitting a game, just use the your keyboard, Escape or Alt F4 if you have any problem. All right. Sega Model 2, complete. Enemy line. There's a ton, 32, Virtual Cup, all the good games. Oh, let's boot Dead or Alive. That's a big game on the Sega Model 2. I really like it. Yeah, available at Kriscoolmod.com, 4 terabyte. Because some people, they're scared, they find the big RetroBeast 16 terabyte very expensive. That is not, if you calculate all the free update, the amount of game and works. But I understand, so that's why I offer a 4 terabyte. It's a best of the best. All the retro system, it's complete, but more modern system, you will have best of the best, like 25 best of the best or 50. Quit. See, takes 2 seconds. Come back to the wheel. House of the Dead. Atomic Wave. Also, it's good for arcade. If you have a cabinet, the 4 terabyte is excellent because you have a ton of arcade games, all the MAMEs, and a bunch of console also. You can play with your Xbox, but if you have an arcade panel with all the buttons, 2 or 4 player, that's amazing. Yeah, for arcade cabinet. If you don't want a ton of games like what is on the 16 terabyte, you think it's too much. 4 terabyte, it's the best option. So let's quit it. Just showing you it works. All right, Atomic Wave and the rest. Light gun is not the real light gun. It's light gun to play with Xbox controller, trackball, and again a ton of collection for arcade lover. Let's jump on the console. Console, there's a ton. 3DO complete. There is just a few that not complete, but all of them. Atari is complete. Atari, Coleco, Dreamcast in D. Let's boot Dreamcast. It's full screen. There is 308. Yeah. So Dreamcast, it's complete. You can jump alphabetic. Also, talking about control, let's say one of your favorite game is heavy metal on Dreamcast. You press X, and it will jump on the favorite tab. You press Y, and now, so you can create, you press Y again, you come back to the full game. So you can create your own favorite list. Right, that's good. Let's boot. I like Camcon. Let's boot a Dreamcast game. See how fast it boot. Dreamcast has a fast forward. If you want to skip the intro, press back, and that's it. You press back again. You can play 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player Xbox. You can connect on all the 4 player games. Right. Let's quit. See? It's not even a second to quit the game. It's amazing. Everything is optimized. I make sure all the emulators are up to date, tweak, upscale the game. Talking about tweak, if you have a low spec mini PC or PC, I have in the setting a preset low spec and high spec. So all the most demand system like Dreamcast, PS3 and so on, if you have a hard time to run them because the emulator run them at HD, you just click the low spec or high spec. If you have any more problem, you can just jump on the emulator. I have all the shortcut on the wiki, and you can set them as your PC. You can boost the graphic even better if you want, if you have the hardware to do it. Or if you have a potato PC that doesn't run very well, just load the graphic and the upscale manually. But like I said, I already did a preset. So this is all the Dreamcast. Very cool. For 4 terabyte, it's really complete. GameCube complete. 638 games. Oh, a Ninja Turtle? Oh no. Let's boot a game. Let's check if I'm on the favorite list. No, there is no favorite list. Oh, 1080 Avalanche. I like this game. You will see the graphic is really great. Look crisp and clear if you compare to the original GameCube. Yeah, like I always says, okay, you can play on a mini PC or a laptop or a handheld, it will work. But if you really want to play every week, a ton of games. I suggest to have a dedicated GPU. It's better in the long term and compatibility. OPU, mini PC, laptop that doesn't have a real graphic card will work, but at some point you will find some compatibility issue. Usually it happens on Technopirate, that it's not on this drive, but most of the main games you will find the emulator will work without the GPU, but some game will run better if you have a dedicated GPU. Let's say 90–95% of the time it works, but dedicated GPU, it's always a better bet if you can. But I just say, at some point in some 1 or 2 games per system, you will find a... Okay, let's quit. That's it, GameCube. Genesis and television, all complete. The disk drive Nintendo 64, all complete. Yeah, Nintendo 64 runs great now. It used to be difficult to run Nintendo 64. Yeah, look at that. Looks great. With the bezel. Want to zoom in? Yes, sir. All right, let's quit. I know everything works, just want to show you a few, the most popular system. DockStation, another emulator that upscale. You can upscale the game up to 4K. Now it's upscale around 2K with a bunch of upscale enabled stuff. Let's boot a game that maybe Primal Rage. Not sure. A classic. Do I have the... No? I don't know, man. There is so many games on the PS2. Let's boot WF. Yeah, usually the first time I always delete the cache on those emulators, PS3, PS1, PS2, Dolphin. So you have a clean cache. So mean when you boot the game the first time, like see, he's building a cache. So now he knows your PC spec and he's gonna set up the game about your PC spec, okay? So the cache is very typical to your hardware. So every time I send 1 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 16 terabyte, I always delete the cache from those modern emulators. But the second time you're gonna boot the same game you did boot with the cache building, it will boot in 1 second, okay? It just does the cache one time per game, right? So bigger the game is, and sometimes bigger the cache will take. PS3 sometimes take a long time to build the cache, right? I try to get on the main menu to see something. Yeah, cutscenes are not upscale, but look great. But the game is upscaled. See, the writing is better. There is no pixelized sometimes a little bit, but the pixelized, because on PS1 the old game was square pixelized, but now it's more rounded, more shader. Are we gonna see something? Yeah, so it's upscale. Let's quit it. Some games look better, some games are different. Yeah, a ton of PS1. So if you don't like the upscale, you want to play the original, there is another wheel. It's going to boot from RetroArch. It's not upscaled, but you have a nice bezel 4x3 if you prefer. All right? Let's quit. PS2. How many PS2? 70, not bad. Not bad for a 4 terabyte. PS2 are really big. So this is the top 70 PS2 game. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. So I'm sure you will find your favorite game. Like I said, it's sad because I cannot add games on the 4 terabyte. It's full already. I already asked a ton of people which game and stuff like that, so it's already the most popular one. By the way, if you have the game at home that it's not on RetroBeast, you just copy it on the ROM folder in RetroBeast collection ROM, and your favorite game will appear. It's good for the Switch, PS2, or whatever, the system you can, but the limited system. You can add your own game on the 4 terabyte and the 1 terabyte. Yeah. And because PS2 are big, the emulator, it takes some time to decompress the game. Because the game is it's like a zip file. So that's why it takes like 30 seconds, sometimes 1 minute to decompress the game. After it's gonna boot. PS2. Come on, show me something. I hate those games. You have a bunch of publicity at the beginning. It takes forever to go on the main menu. Oh my god. And a game like Square Enix takes, yeah. Stereo, a bunch of settings. Yeah. So a big game like this, if you save your game, you back up your save before doing your monthly update, and your save will be back up on the F drive. All right, let's quit it because it's going to take forever to play. But PS2 is really amazing. The game looks good. It's upscale and running great. So not bad. PSN, how many? That's big game. 185 PSN game. Like yesterday, I delete my cache. So Afterburner, when I'm going to boot it, it's going to take 30 seconds to boot. It's going to build the cache, PPU cache. And if I boot it after a second time, you will not see, you will see a kind of PPU cache build, but it's going to be really, really fast. But it's not bad. It says 1 second. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, PS3 is really special. So you can have it on a 4 terabyte external SSD and external USB. You will see the PS3 looks terribly good. I don't know if you can hear the sound, because I load the sound to not over voice my voice. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. So let's quit it. I press the 2 buttons and boom, right in the menu. So a ton of PSN game, PS3 if you want to call it PS3, but it's the store. But there is Borderlands, a ton of good games that are on the PSN. PS3 means PS3 disc version. Same thing, same emulator. The games are upscale. All the best game. 26 top PS3 disc game. Satellaview, Sega 32X complete, Sega CD complete, 175. Let's boot again. Yeah, you're not gonna be disappointed with the 4 terabyte. For the amount of game and the quality of the emulator, the setup, Saturn is complete. 300 Saturn. Super NES complete. Almost 800 games. Turbo Graph, Turbo CD Graph, and 16. Vectrex, very rare but very cool. There is some game I really like on the Vectrex. Virtual Boy, not so popular, but Wii. How many games? 6. Wow. No, because we are really big, so I did put more game on the Wii U because Wii U share some game on the Wii, so that's the reason. You have the Smash Bros, Castlevania, Mario Kart. You can play 4 Xbox controller. If you want to use your real Wiimote, you need to buy the MeFlash Wii bar. And just go in the emulator, it just changed one setting. It's you change Xbox to real Wiimote. It will work. But when you receive it, it's set to work with Xbox. Why? Because people plug it on a handheld, and they have the X input Xbox. So Wii is really upscale. The graphic, it looks really great. I'm pressing randomly anything. Forget it. So just 6 Wii, but Wii U there is a ton of, not a ton, but more Wii U games. Yeah, same thing. The game is on the background is creating a cache, like I was explaining. That's why you have stutter. But if you wait, it's because it doesn't write it's building the cache, but it's doing a cache on the background, and it will stop having stutter the second time you boot it. After a while, it disappears. Yeah, see, disappear. Because on the background, it's doing a cache registry for your hardware. But the game works perfectly. The emulator works perfectly. Just let you know, because usually it's righted on the corner of the game, but I remove those pop-up. Usually it's righted building cache and stuff like that. So don't be surprised. I guarantee the Wii works amazing. Where's the Wii? Okay, good. Yeah, it took a few seconds to... All right, Wii U. There's 25 Wii U: Bayonetta, Donkey Kong, the Zelda Breath of the Wild, 3 Zelda, Batman, Mario Kart, Super Mario Wii. So let's boot Super Mario U. Another great system, and another great emulator. I don't know, Spot Pass. Oh, I don't remember what's that. So again, you have the second screen with the logo, very cool. If you have an arcade cabinet, it will appear on your marquee. All the MAME has marquee also. Xbox. There is 44 games on the Xbox, not bad at all. Again, the Xbox is upscale 4 times. You can even upscale it even better if you want. You have the BIOS booting. like the original. But actually, that's the original BIOS booting. That's the real one. Full screen, upscale. If you play a low-end game like that, my God, it looks so great. All right, let's quit it. So, and Xbox 360. 25 Xbox 360. Let's try Tony Hawk. I just updated the emulator yesterday. Look at that, how fast it is. And I'm still playing from the Xbox. Yeah, I did test it on a bunch of handheld, and it works. And mini laptop or a good mini PC. As long as you have a good mini PC or laptop, you should have no problem. The spec minimum is rated on my listing description. I know I suggest to have a dedicated GPU, but for the 4 terabyte, I can do an exception. Because a lot of people, they have a laptop and mini PC. So it will work, but don't be surprised if one or two games you have a problem without a GPU. Like the Xbox 360, sometime Wii U, PS3, sometimes it's better to have a real GPU. Okay, handheld. What's in the handheld? The Switch. So you have all the popular handheld. Game Boy Advance, complete. Game Boy Color, complete. Game Boy complete. Game Gear complete. Neo Geo Pocket Color. 3DS is not complete. 7 games. They are really big, actually. So there is 7 games. Nintendo DS, I think I put no, it's complete. Yeah, 2100, 2000. Yeah, DS is complete. So if you play on a handheld, that's the stand to play. A ton of DS. PSP is not complete. 300. Oh yeah, it's complete. 362. Yeah, sorry. Run amazingly. PSP Mini, Switch. So the Switch, there is not that much game, but 28. If you want to add more games, you just copy the game you have in the 4 terabyte, and the emulator will run it. All right. A few Pokemon, Splatoon, Super Mario World, a ton of Super Mario Bros. Smash Bros, all the classic. Oh, also, the first time you boot Yuzu, that's the only emulator. He knows your controller, but you need to tell him. Also, the first time you boot it on a different PC, it takes some time to adjust the screen. Oh, look at that. I'm going to press, C doesn't know, I press F11, sorry. Just the first time you need to press emulator, config, controller, and see, input device. Just choose the Xbox, see, you have, and that's it, takes 2 seconds. You go back and you press view, full screen. Yeah, sometimes some emulator, if you have any problem because you plug it on a different PC or screen ratio, that's normal. Just close the game and reboot the game. Sometimes it takes 2 boots to adjust the screen ratio and stuff like that. So if I quit, let's boot it again. See, it's going to boot full screen. See, now he knows the screen ratio, resolution, and the game. Oh, the new Mario Wonder. Let's boot it. With the second screen working. All right, let's quit it. Works perfectly. Yeah, the Switch emulator is so great. Everything runs smooth and it's upscale. The Two Wonders one. Not finished. A few pinball, but a ton of pinball because you have the mini collection. That's a game from other system, right? A mini collection. And you have the complete Pinball FX2, Pinball FX3. So it's complete. Very good, very great. All working. Computer, there is a few. Amiga, most of them should work with the Xbox. Amiga works with the Xbox controller. But I think one or two, you can play them with a real keyboard and mouse. Amstrad, Commodore. I know some of those games, the Xbox work, but if it doesn't work, it's because it needs a keyboard and mouse. But usually, I test them and Xbox works for all those systems. And a bunch of mini collection from all the games around the system. Good to have. You have the Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, Pinball again, Pokemon, Raiden, Sonic, Super Mario, Nintendo, Terminator, Turtles, Zelda. See a ton of Zelda collection. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. This is the complete, and you have the setting, of course. If you want to change the theme, there is a few settings here and there for the disable second screen and so on, intro video, change your main screen where the game will appear and so on, music enable. The tools is your sync recovery. See, you have the emulator, low spec, high spec, sync recovery, back up the game before sync recovery, and a ton of settings for the MAME. You can change the bezel. You can change, you can remove the bezel, make MAME full screen, CRT effect, glass effect, LCD effect, and you can change the display. The game will appear also and MAME full screen. Very complete. Very proud of the 4 terabyte. It's a great system and the power off. All right, guys, thanks for watching. 4 terabyte, it's one of the best. It's available at Kriscoolmod.com. You can have external 4 terabyte SSD, external USB, internal drive, or internal M.2 if you want also. So it will fit any PC, any situation. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.